or good evening, depending on which part of the world you're seeing my video from. Welcome to Enuani Cultural Forum, where we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. Welcome on board. My name is Prince Onwadene Ngozi Chukwuka Fortune, and I am so pleased to have you on board this morning. Welcome on board. And today we are going to look at none other than why Igbo people in diaspora must continue to support Nzukọ Igbo. While I prepare to give us today's message, I will also encourage us that if you're seeing this video, or probably this is your first time of coming across any of our videos, please take time to share the video to your audiences. You have audiences on WhatsApp, you have on YouTube, you have on Facebook, you have on TikTok, you have anywhere. You have people that you wish will watch this broadcast. Please share this video to them. I will take my own advice by sharing the video as well to my Facebook platform. So give me a minute. Let me share the video. Welcome back. So I said today we are looking at why Igbo people in diaspora must continue supporting Nzukọ Igbo. It is very necessary that Igbo people in diaspora continue to meet. As when any lineage that holds meetings rarely ever falls apart. I'm saying this because of a video that I took time to watch yesterday, the birthday ceremony of our very revered king. I don't like calling them traditional rulers. I've been privileged to spend time with a lot of people who are enlightened. May his soul continue to watch over Asaba and his spirit continue to dwell among his people. The former Asaba of Asaba, His Royal Majesty Obi Professor Chike Edozie, said these words: don't refer to us as traditional rulers. Anybody can be a traditional ruler. I am a king. Refer me as such. So I'm referring to him as a king, the king of Onitsha, His Royal Majesty Obi Nnemeka Alfred Ogochukwu Achebe, the king of Onitsha, held his birthday celebration in Lagos, and there were so many dignitaries present. Present among them were the former president of Nigeria, His Excellency Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. A lot of dignitaries were present, but I just needed to highlight these two so that you can see. His Excellency Peter Obi was also there. So, during the ceremony, or after the ceremony, just as a side interview, he granted an interview where he talked about Ezendi Igbo outside Igbo land. And he made statements like, there shouldn't be anything like Ezendi Igbo outside Igbo land. And that he doesn't believe the people who do it are doing it for the sake of development or any other purpose. That he believes there should be Onitsha people in diaspora, Osha people in diaspora, Owerri people in diaspora, and all that. If I live in Houston, for instance, and I choose to form Ubuluku people in diaspora, how many Ubuluku people do you think I can find? Let me say I find a large number of 10 people. Do you think it will be more interesting than when I join a larger association of Igbo people in Houston? For me, it is good to have Ezendi Igbo in any part of the world. And I will explain why. I've explained this before in a different broadcast, but let me do so now. Please give me a second. Welcome back. This is Enuani Cultural Forum, where we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. Today we are looking at why Igbo people in diaspora must continue to support Igbo associations and anything Igbo, both at home and in diaspora. They must continue to support Nzukọ Umu Igbo. Now here is why they have Eze Ndi Igbo in anywhere. In Ghana, if you have Ndi Igbo together and they are not doing any other thing, maybe what they are doing is contributing money, this O2, Itu will have an Eze. They have Eze. If they decide to do Olobo or Maun and organize a group, they will have Eze. Eze is not necessarily a king. It is the leader that is called Eze. So when they eventually have a larger association of Igbo people abroad, they can say, let us have Eze of this association. They are not automatically trying in any way to depose or take over the authority of the traditional rulership of that particular town or community where they inhabit. If you think this is peculiar to just Igbo people, think about our homeland. I live in Asaba. If you wish to assemble all the Hausa and Arewa community in Asaba, you will go and meet their leader. They have a Sariki. And that Sariki has a super Sariki in Onitsha, where Igwe Nnemeka Alfred Achebe rules over. There is Sariki, the Arewa, in Onitsha. He oversees Asaba and all other surroundings. So you see what I'm saying? There is need to continue having an Eze Ndi Igbo, whether you are in Lagos, whether you are in Akure, whether you are in Sokoto, now whether you are in Oslo, in Norway. Because one day, something will happen that requires Omunna. It's not always bad thing. Let's think of the good things. Do you know how many times these Omunna have come together to raise funds to assist their kinsman to start a business? Do you think they would do it if they never knew this kinsman? Or if they never have any meeting with him? Anytime you see a people organizing themselves together, they always prosper. If you don't know, or if you have always looked down on it, you see that Nzukọ Umu Igbo, it is one of the success secrets of the Igbo people. Any Igbo that congregates together, that does meetings together, will discuss, we are all from Osha. Do you know that there's no light in Osha? Oh, you are from Oba. The person from Oba says, we have not seen electricity in Oba since the past 20 years. And they start asking, how will hospitals in that place be coping? From my hometown, I'm from Ubuluku. The general hospital in my hometown was electrified with solar electricity by Ubuluku people in United Kingdom. Before that time, Ubuluku people in USA have bought transformer for that hospital. So there are so many ways these diaspora associations, these diaspora meetings of Ndi Igbo contribute towards the development of their hometown. That is one. Secondly, these diaspora associations contribute heavily towards the prosperity of Igbo people abroad. I am from Ubuluku. I am an Igbo man. There's no part of the world where I will land today that I will be stranded by virtue of what I'm doing, of course. If I find myself in Toronto, it's for me to do a video and say, I am in Toronto. I am in Toronto. Who is in Toronto? Igbo man nearly starts from scratch. There is always an association that will receive you, give you the heads up on what to do and what not to do, give you heads up on what business lines thrive here, and even assist you to start up. This has been our unique strength. I don't think it is right for somebody in the capacity of a king to denigrate or look down or discourage this kind of association that other people envy. Mind you, these Igbo associations are not only for Ndi Igbo. Other people have understood the importance of Igbo People's Association and they have started aligning with it. You have people from Edo State. I am telling you the truth. You have people from Edo State who are members of Igbo associations. You have people from Edo State. You have people from Benue State. You have people from Rivers State. Don't mind the fact that when they come back home here, they start saying, I am Igbo, I am not Igbo. Some of them start denying their Igbo identity. Let them cross one pole and live abroad. You will see them embracing their identity. Because cultural identity is not something you wake up and change. It's not. Cultural identity stays with you. It is something you are born into. It's not something you change like a cloth. Today you say I'm Igbo. Tomorrow you say I'm not Igbo. So, please, Umu Igbo, continue to congregate for our own prosperity. You must have seen the picture that I used out there. Picture of our brothers, Ohia Whitaker, that is Forrest Whitaker, and Danny Glover. These are two of the most successful American black actors. They conducted a DNA test. Ohia particularly found out that he's from Igbo land. That is Forrest Whitaker. I'm calling him Ohia because that's what Forrest means. Discovered that he's from Igbo land. It is very easy for such a person to say, I've heard there's an Igbo association in Houston or in Texas or in Canada. Let me reach out to them. And he reaches out. They brought him back home to Nkwere in 2009. And I shared the video with us. That wouldn't have been possible if there were no such associations. And that wouldn't be possible if the only associations you have is association of, let me just say, association of Obosi people in diaspora. How many Obosi people would there be in that particular state? Let me give you an instance. I stay in Hamburg, in Germany, and I choose to form an association of only Obosi people. How many Obosi people do you think I can find in Hamburg? Let me say I find 50. Do you think it will be compared to when I find 500 other people from Igbo land and form an association with them? Ndị Igbo ka Igbo, I was annual on Igwe Azu. If 500 people contribute $20 and give to you, it cannot compare to when 50 people contribute $20 and give to you. Igwe Wike, Azu Wike. So, having Igbo associations in different parts of the world, Igbo people congregating as a group, it is very well encouraged. I don't think any traditional ruler, any king, any paramount ruler should in any way discourage these associations of Ndi Igbo. They are the springboard for the prosperity of all Igbo people abroad. I don't live abroad, but I have over hundreds of friends who live abroad. Aside from Nigeria, the next country where I have my largest followership is USA, then followed by the United Kingdom. I have a lot of friends abroad. Regardless of the small discouraging stories you will hear, the Igbo people in diaspora are the best diaspora associations you can ever think of in the world. No other people have it. It is Igbo people that will travel abroad, and the man from Delta State, the man from Edo State, the man from Kogi State, the man from River State, the man from Akwa Ibom State, the man from Cross River State, the man from Bayelsa State, who are of Igbo-speaking origins, will forget their differences and merge into a larger Igbo group and call themselves Ndi Igbo and dress up like Ndi Igbo and progress accordingly like Ndi Igbo. If that man eventually dies, it is this Igbo that will conduct a befitting funeral for him and bring him back home. If there is New Yam Festival, it is this same group that will fix that on so day we will hold our New Yam Festival. It is this same group that conducted themselves so well in North Carolina that the state declared June 12 or June 14 rather, World Igbo Day in North Carolina. The governor then, Josh Stein, he's still the governor, declared June 14 World Igbo Day because he has seen by himself how well Ndi Igbo in Houston, Ndi Igbo in North Carolina, Ndi Igbo in West Virginia, Ndi Igbo in Maryland, Ndi Igbo in every part of the world conduct and comport themselves. Bikonu, as king, as opinion leader, as a respected person, stop discouraging the association of Ndi Igbo. You can only, and I agree with you, discourage when people use these positions for anything arbitrary, for flamboyance, for filthy lucre, for show. But the position of Eze Ndi Igbo, Onyeisi Ndi Igbo, if people are afraid of the title Eze, we can change it. But I know that there is still Oba of Yoruba people in Enugu. There is Oba of Yoruba people in Owerri. In fact, let me not go too far. I have lived in Owerri. I spent so much time in Obinze. I schooled in Federal University of Technology, Owerri. So I spent so much time in Owerri West. If you have an issue with an Hausa man in Obinze, in Naze, in Umuchima, in Eziobodo, and you eventually maybe decide to involve the police, Onya Hausa will get to his house before you. Hear that again. Onya Hausa ga-eru ya. Onya Hausa ga-eru ya. Na-ehi you are still in police station. Because he feels at home. They have a leadership there. They have a mommy market there. They have set up their life there. They can even wait for you and fight you there. Because they are associating with themselves. They have a Serikin. They even have a Malade in Owerri, conducted by the Yoruba people. So why does it suddenly become a problem when Ndi Igbo have Ndi Igbo? In Accra, in Johannesburg, in anywhere? Should we reduce who we are? Should we start playing different when we get out there? Especially in Africa, that's where you see all this. I've never heard anybody abroad complaining. A daughter of Igbo land, a daughter of Igbo land, not any other place, a person from Igbo land is presently, as I speak with you, the deputy premier of Minnesota, of Manitoba, sorry, an Igbo girl is the deputy premier of Manitoba. And I have shared her documentary here. Please, we have also had so many other cases. We have had so many other cases. KC Mado was also a deputy premier of a place, a district as white dominated as Alberta, an elite district. He was their deputy premier and was once a minister of justice and solicitor general of that particular district. These people are not afraid of Igbo excellence. They are not afraid of Igbo excellence. They are even happy seeing an Igbo man excel. Nigeria is not in the World Cup, but over 7 Igbo sons are playing in different countries abroad. Which other tribe in Nigeria has that number of distribution of their sons playing in other countries? Igbo people are great, and greatness cannot continue to be subdued. You cannot continue subduing greatness. Deal with the fact that these people are great. Stop trying to, in any way, subdue them or reduce them to your low standards. It is not right at all. It is not right. So please, if you are just seeing this video, kindly give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, please. Please give us a thumbs up. As I said, give us a thumbs up, please. We just have 2 thumbs up. As I said, Igbo people have continued to excel in different fields of endeavor. That is why I took out time lately to be doing videos upon videos upon videos upon videos upon videos. And to also show people, because they think to talk about Igbo greatness, you have to reach backwards. There are presently Igbo people that are doing so well in different fields of endeavor, in governance, in science and technology, in sports, in agriculture, in all fields of endeavor, in art, in literature. Look at the video I just shared of our sister, Njideka Akoyili Crosby, who painted the portrait of Barack Obama and his family and the entire journey of his life, which was recently launched in Chicago at the Presidential Center, Obama's Presidential Center. This is the greatness of the Igbo people. It is not something you can wish away. It is not something they must tone down in order to fit into your hometown or in order to fit into your ideologies. We must not reduce our greatness in order to be nice. We must not continue to bow, to be subservient in order for you to accept us. Uzoma Asagwara is there too as the Deputy Premier of Manitoba. Kelechi Mado has been there as the Deputy Premier and Minister of Justice, as well as Solicitor General of Alberta. These people are in Canada. What of Daniel Wosu? Is one of the biggest artists in Canada, celebrated there. Assume he is in Ghana or South Africa or Nigeria, Lagos. They'll brush him aside. How well have they celebrated Flavor and his contributions to the musical industry? What of Cynthia Onyedimanazo Chinaso Okwu in the UK? The UK leadership, since we are talking about kings now Obin Emeka Fedachebe, do well to know that as of my last check, there are no fewer than 20 Igbo sons and daughters who have received minimum MBE from the Royal Palace of England. And Cynthia Onyedimanazo is one of them, a woman. Ejiofor, Chiwetel Ejiofor Umade is one of them. Professor Chuka Nwokolo, the son of the man I posted this video yesterday, is one of them. Igbo people abroad are doing very well because they are able to congregate together. If I find myself tomorrow in Akure, I don't know anybody in Akure, but I can find Nzukọ Igbo in Akure and join it. By the time I join it, they know, you are new here. I say yes. I say, oh, I hope you know that in Akure, they don't do this, they don't do that, they don't do this, they don't do that. They're giving me heads up. I would like to start a business along so market. Let's say, that line is not good though. If you start a business there, before you know, they will come and demolish it. They're giving you heads up. These are the uses of the Igbo associations. It is not for flamboyance. Because you see them dressed like a king, excuse me. You see them dressed like a king and start taking pictures and start showing on social media. Their function is beyond social media. It's beyond social media. Their function in terms of advocacy. Your Highness, you were in Lagos. You were face to face with the governor. I never heard you mention the shops and business locations of Igbo that are demolished every day. Only thing I heard you saying were praises of these people. With all due respect, because you are a father, but my father is older than you. So please allow me to bring out the places that are wrong, that I feel you said things that are not acceptable. Igbo must continue to associate together. We must not reduce who we are. The number one cultural identity of an Igbo man is to hold meetings. In my hometown, every Eke market day is our meeting. On that day, no man is permitted to go to the farm and light fire. You can go to the farm to check your trap. So you go to the farm to check your trap. If it caught again, you take it home. You cannot roast it in the farm. You go to the farm maybe to take pineapple if it's a market day to sell. You cannot set fire on the farm. It is by setting fire that you tell the gods of the farm that you are working and you need to eat. So on the game market day, there are certain things we don't do because these men must go for a meeting. What do they do in meetings? They settle disputes that can divide the community. They prefer solutions to problems plaguing the community. And it is in that meeting that they decide things that you see that bring up progress in that community. It is on that day too that the wife will go to the market. Our own is Eke, your own may be Afo. Another community's own may be Nkwo because they are staggered. Ogwashuku is Afo. Ubuluku is Eke. Iseluku is Afo. Every community has its own market day. So your wife will go to the market and buy things and cook as if it's a big ceremony and the whole family will eat together. It is part of our culture to host meetings, and there is no meeting without a leader. It is the leaders of these meetings that you will see them call Eze. Did I make any mistake here? This is Igbo cultural practice. It is in this village setting that you will find Ikeya Nowa Hunebo, beginning with the Diopala, the oldest man, because our leadership is by gerontocracy. But in these foreign settings, where it is not by gerontocracy, it is by election, or by self-recognition, or by nomination. Whatever means they follow to have a leadership, it is important for Igbo who live abroad to have leadership. It does not take away your throne, sir. It does not take away the throne of the person who is hosting them as well. And they do not challenge the leadership. If anyone knows of any king of a called as Igbo who is challenging the traditional leadership of the place where he is housed, let me know. Can I say the same thing of the Hausa community? Who go into our forests, not our houses. They go into the forest and set up kingdoms and have a leader. I said the Sarikin, the Hausa people in Igbo land, the one heading over Asaba, is in Onitsha. Obi of Onitsha, dislodge him first before you attempt to dislodge Ezendibo who is in Ghana. Dislodge the one in your house. That is what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with Igbo congregating in Lagos, having an association and having a leader. Oh, the fear is that they call that leader Eze. What are they supposed to call him? When I was a young boy, maybe 10, 9, 10, I did Olobo. The head of our Olobo group, we call him Eze. When I grew old, I see people do Mau. The head of the Mau people is called Eze. Even girls who dance Aja and Atilogu, they have their Eze. Eze in that time, as you know, Igwe, Eze doesn't mean a traditional ruler. It means their leader. I hope I have not misquoted anything at all or misinterpreted anything. If I have, let me know in the comment section. But in Igbo culture, one of the first things you will know an Igbo man for is being able to congregate, being able to gather together with his kinsmen. If we were not the type of people Izu, how do you think Danny Glover and Forrest Whitaker would have associated with the man who brought them back? How do you think? It was easy for them to fly down to Owerri and locate Nkwere and hold a meeting. What again? Meeting. There's no meeting without a leader. As a Izu, anywhere we find ourselves, we will always have a meeting. It is one of the #1 secrets of Igbo prosperity abroad. Quote me anywhere. The #1 reason why Igbo people succeed abroad. I'm a researcher. I've researched and researched and researched. Mind you, no other ethnic group, maybe you will start comparing us with nations, which is not bad. You can only compare us with the Jews in terms of our success all over the world. We are gods on this earth. The Igbo people are gods on this earth. And I say this with every sense of humility because I am a humble person. But it doesn't diminish the truth. Why do we succeed that way? Because we have learned the principle of associating with people who have succeeded. If I want to travel today to any country, let's say Luxembourg, I contact an Igbo brother in Luxembourg. He says, my brother, come, but business here, abekwala Luxembourg. Business in car, abekwala Luxembourg. If you have skill in so area, be Luxembourg. Somebody giving you a heads up on what to expect, what not to expect. That way, half of your problem has been solved. People spend 10 years, 15 years, 20 years trying to find their feet abroad. By having an Igbo association abroad, these 10 years of failure, these 10 years of try and luck is wiped out because there's somebody who has passed through that route who will tell you, no, don't follow this road, follow this one, don't do this one, do that one, don't do that one, do that one, for free. Ebo Ezuizu Aganishu, Ndi Igbo, home and abroad. Don't despise this attribute of our ancestors. You are not the one that started. Don't think you are the one that started Association of Ndi Igbo. Not at all. My mother is from Ogwashuku. I used to think as a little boy that all the women from Ogwashuku married to my hometown are my mother's sisters. Because if you see how Ogwashuku women married to Obuluku men associate together, you will think they are from the same family. And Ogwashuku is just a stone throw from my community. Yet, if you see how they will form association, buy the same wrapper, if any of them's children or anything at all is happening, that they need to go for a meeting, they have their own contributions. If you see how they will colorfully come out, that is colorfully coming out. When things are hard for us or for them, you can hear talks like, take this bucket, go to this woman's house, my sister, tell her we don't have gari, they will give you gari. When we grind, we will give them back the same measurements, the same color. If their own is red gari, a yellow gari, by the time we grind, we will do some oil on so that we'll give them back. These people lived in peace and harmony. These people lived in peace and harmony. These people lived in peace and harmony, and they prospered because they were able to congregate together. If there was just one woman, I heard the other one is from Azungu. That one is from Umudei. It's not my sister. In the end, it's when I grew up, and because I'm a researcher, that I found out that most of these people my mother was calling her sister were not really her sister. It's because they were all from the same community. They were not related. That is the same spirit Ndi Igbo have carried from home to diaspora. My name is Ngozi Chukwuka. Onwadenim means Nkadelim in different dialects of Igbo language. Nkade, Onwade. Onwa means this one. Nkade means this one. Nka means this one. Nkade, let this one live, let this one stay. Onwade, let this one live, let this one stay. So, this is an Igbo name. Anywhere you find the name, you will know that this is an Igbo name. And you will try to associate with me. And I see you, I say, your name is Onward. You say yes. I say, where are you from? I say, I'm from Delta State. Which part of Delta? I say, you say you are from Anambra State. Where in Anambra? You tell me. We have become brothers. So tell me, next month is our meeting. And I start coming out for the meeting. And I introduce myself and tell them I am a student. And I'm studying so thing. By the time I'm through, or before I'm through, somebody has assisted me to get a job. Ndị Igbo, we will continue to be ourselves and continue to prosper that way. As we know, when you live the way you are supposed to walk as your God created you and start walking like somebody else, you will be walking like someone whose waist is broken. That is how it is. We must continue to be ourselves. Let us not say, oh, because these people will be uncomfortable when we start congregating together. They know why they stopped Ndi Igbo from congregating. Because of that fear. That anytime Igbo people come together, even two heads alone, there are two heads in Igbo land that join together to do drones and all other equipments in terms of military warfare. If you see the wonders these two boys are doing, if you see the wonders these two boys are doing, I've done a video on them before. That fear of Ndi Igbo coming together is what a lot of people have that gets them scared of Igbo unity. But we shouldn't be scared. When they make an outfit that you know that even in your hometown where you are the king, there are different groups that have Eze. Ndị Mmanwu nwe Eze, ndị Olobo nwe Eze, ndị Atilogu nwe Eze. Different groups have Eze, all different Otu dị iche iche. All of them have Eze. So when they get to Lagos, they will no longer call it Eze, so that the Oba of Lagos will not be afraid. But there is Oba of Yoruba people in Onitsha. There is Oba of Yoruba people in Enugu. There is Oba of Yoruba people in Owerri. There is Oba of Yoruba people in Aba. And they are not hiding it. In fact, I've posted a video of the Oba of Enugu. He has so adapted to Enugu that he speaks Igbo more than even indigenous of the community. Nobody has disturbed him. It is not the nature of Ndi Igbo to be threatened or feel bad when such things happen. So why should other people be scared when they hear that there is a Ndi Igbo in Lagos, or a Ndi Igbo in Enugu, or a Ndi Igbo in Akure? Has he called himself Ezendi Akure? He's Ezendi Igbo in Akure. The same way you have Sarikin, the Hausa people in Asaba, you have in Onitsha, you have in Owerri, you have in Umuahia. If I want to talk to all the Arawa community in Asaba today, it's for me to drive down to Oko and meet their leader there. He will call a meeting and all of them will assemble. At least those who are not in the forest hiding and doing kidnapping work. They will fall out and he will talk to them. If it is beyond his power, he will talk to the one in Onitsha to talk to everybody. That is Hausa community. Hausa Fulani. That is their community. They are not afraid to have their own Sariki and all other kinds of leadership in our homeland. They are not afraid to build a mosque in the heart of Asaba. But when an Igbo man who probably practices ordinary decides to do so, hell will break loose. Let us stop diminishing ourselves to fit into other people's definitions of us. Bikono. This is all I have to say. Aka soye o wee pilisie ikpeazụ wee gbatị ọsọ dị keke ndị Igbo si kwu agwa wee mile anyasị bụ okwu enu. Biko ni ụmụ Igbo biko kumari ọnụ ụmụ na-aka unu ga-enwe ike ihe n'im karịa ịkwado this channel. Supporting this channel is one of the biggest support you can give to Igbo unity. You can give to promotion of Igbo culture and Igbo excellence. A lot of people have asked me different questions and I will take time in different videos to answer them. One of the questions somebody asked me is, what motivated me to start this channel? One of my biggest motivation to start this channel is that I have seen the new generation of Igbo people, they have started reducing the standard. And I said, no. Let us not reduce standard. Let me remind them who we are. Let me remind us a little who we are. A little. Because you see the things I've posted about us. It is just small fraction of what we are. If you know who we are, you will be terrified. There are some information I will get. There are some knowledge I will stumble upon about Igbo. I will be scared. Because they look too good to be true. Yet factual. If you must know, one of the things, the enemies of this platform, because there are so many enemies of this platform. There are so many enemies of this platform. On a daily basis, what they do is to report the platform that most of the things we post are not real, that they are AI generated. What? So is this live video AI generated? Or am I reading any script? So please, one of the biggest support you can give us is to subscribe to this channel and share and engage with our videos. We cannot take 1 week to produce a video. You post the video and you have 20 views, 40 views. Just like this video has had over 300 views. Just one person managed to like it. It is not carelessness. It is not carelessness. It is deliberate misunderstanding of the power of your thumb. You have been watching a video for more than 30 minutes, 20 minutes. And what the person is saying has held you spellbound because they are truthful up to this moment. And you have not liked the video. You are not even subscribed to the channel. And all these things are for free. Assuming when you came online, you saw somebody insulting in Igbo, you will lash that person. And he will lash you back. You will lash him. Before you know, you have given him 20 comments. But this video has no comment. Is this how we hope to grow and prosper as a people? Not at all. So let's change our ways. Double tap on the video you are watching to give it thumbs up. And I will see you in my subsequent videos. My name is Prince Onwadenemongozi Chukwuka Fortune. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. Thank you for watching this video to this very moment. Somebody liked and unliked, and I know it's a mistake. When you double tap on the video, you like it. When you do that again, it unlikes, it's back. Double tap on the video. When you double click it, you have given it a like. So there is need, urgent need, continued cultural need for Ndi Igbo to congregate together. There's a reason why we have meetings. It is not to take over the community where we are residents. No, not at all. That's not the reason at all. When Ndi Igbo meet, it is to discuss their own prosperity. It is to stop the younger generation from making mistakes the older generation has made. One of the reasons why a lot of people, before I used to write, okay? I'm laughing about this because it's even funny to me. I used to write. I don't do videos. I'm very good in writing. I don't mean to praise myself, but I'm a better writer than a talker. So I used to write. Those days, people will love my write-up so much, love to see me and know me. When they eventually meet me, they'll be say, are you Onwadi? I say, yes. You're such a young boy. I say, yes. So how did you manage to know everything that you know? It is because I settled down and mixed up with people who have been to places I have not been. And research. That is what Igbo meetings, Nzukọ Igbo, offers to younger generation. If I find myself tomorrow in Sweden, any part of Sweden, if I decide tomorrow to relocate abroad, as I will eventually do by God's grace, if I decide tomorrow to relocate abroad, and for instance, I find myself in New York, I am very certain that I will meet an Igbo association in New York. If I decide to live in Zurich, if I decide to live anywhere, if I decide to go to Rome, if I decide to go to Paris, if I decide to go to Berlin, if I decide to go to Beijing, anywhere I decide to go to, I am very certain there is an Igbo association waiting there. I will go there and have a meeting with them. Let them know I am new here and I decide and I am intending to start so business, or I am a student. Be very sure that the Igbo association there will help to guide me, help me to avoid 5 years of mistake, 5 years of trial and error. That is why Ndi Igbo succeed abroad. Let us not change it. Let us not kill that spirit also. Thanks for watching this video up to this very moment. I'm very grateful. But please double tap on the video to give it thumbs up. It will help the video to rank better on the algorithm. Thank you so much. Who is this person? Said Igbo Monkey King. You think I have time? You think I have time to come here and be replying trolls? You're very funny. You have time to watch video of Igbo people. There are so many people like this. There are so many channels as well like this. What they do is to go to where Ndi Igbo are hosting a meeting and troll them and insult them. So I will leave the time I'm supposed to use to say meaningful things and be replying this person here. I will not do that now. Godson, thank you so much. And then my brother Izuchukwu Eleme. Thanks a lot, brother, for your great efforts in lifting the Igbo culture and tradition. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then Web Hiker says, I appreciate your work. By the way, its impact is much wider than you think, or perhaps more than it appears. Thank you so much. I hope that one day or very soon, a lot of people will get to discover this channel, subscribe to it, support it, and then we can do more work. There is a lot of work to be done. A lot of work to be done. But I hope that one day we'll grow to that stage. It is not simple promoting Igbo culture. It's not everything will come online and say, but it's not simple. Just know that it is not simple. So the least you can do for us is to give us the least support you can. Supports like liking a video. Supports like placing a comment. Supports like suggestions. It's not necessarily monetary support. By the grace of God, I'm not doing badly. So I'm not appealing for you. There is a must. You must give me financial support. Even if I need it, I do. I do need it. Yes, there are better cameras I can use to make this video, and the quality will be clearer. There are streaming apps that I can use to make this video, and while I'm streaming, I can play a video in the background. But I have started from somewhere, and I am hoping that you will encourage me to get to the destination that we hope we will attain for this channel. Thank you so much, and do have a very powerful day. My name, as usual, is Prince Onwadene Mongozi Chukwuka Fortune, and I will see you in my next videos. Please comment on this video and share it. Bye.